A lot of people will try to convince you that $100 isn't enough to start investing. They'll tell you to wait until you have at least 1,000 saved up. They are dead wrong. In 2026, our financial landscape has completely shifted. The barriers to entry are gone. But here's a hard truth that you got to pay a lot of attention to. If you leave this $100 sitting in a traditional brick and mortar bank account, inflation is actively stealing its purchasing power every single day. You are effectively losing money, becoming poorer. So let's get into it. Let's break down three ways, the three best ways, lowest fee ways, highest growth ways to deploy $100 right now. Kickstart your wealth making machine. The best time to plant a tree was 5 years ago. The second best time is right now. So let's plant some trees. The first way to invest $100 is by putting it directly into good old American innovation through fractional shares of an S&P 500 exchange traded fund. Now, a few years back, you couldn't do this. A single share of the broader market cost hundreds of dollars. Before that, long time ago, you had to buy what were called round lots. Okay, so you had to buy stocks in increments of 100, and that made it prohibitively expensive for most. But in 2026, apps like Fidelity, Schwab, Robinhood, and many others, I'm not endorsing either of those, they're just examples, they'll let you buy slices of shares, fractional shares. You can get in on the game and you don't even have to spend all of the money it takes to purchase one share of, say, Tesla. Again, not recommending, just using that as an example. So, when you put your $100 into an S&P 500 index fund, you instantly become part owner, yes, owner of 500 of the biggest, most profitable corporations in America. You're backing those companies that drive jobs, boost production, grow the economy. You've become a part of that with just $100. Now, the best part is, or a very interesting and attractive part, the fees on these funds are practically zero. Avoid the trap of expensive, actively managed mutual funds where wealth managers skim a percentage off the top, whether you make money or not. Keep your fees low. Keep as much money, in this instance, working for you as possible. Let the compound interest work and ride the wave of economic growth. And why is it so important to be able to do that in this configuration? Well, remember, this particular arrangement is probably going to be one where you are using after tax dollars to invest, and then the proceeds from this investment will also be taxable. So you want to control fees because Uncle Sam's going to have his say. So you want to control fees so you can keep as much money as possible and still be able to satisfy tax requirements. Let's call the second option the high yield cash rebellion. Look, traditional banks, they're hoping you remain financially uneducated. They want you to leave your cash in a savings account paying next to 0.1% interest so they can loan it out and make a massive profit because they're certainly not giving you an auto loan at 0.1%. So you got to refrain from playing their game. Now, don't feel bad for the banks because 80% of the people at least will never understand this. Okay. Even with just $100, you can open a high yield savings account or buy fractional treasury bills that pay a competitive return on your money. It's 100% safe, it's completely liquid, and it forces your money to work for you instead of funding a mega bank's overhead and giving them the ability to make hundreds of millions of dollars off of loans, but giving you a very, very insignificant share of those proceeds. So if you need a safe place to park your emergency fund or short term cash, this is one way you can beat inflation at its own game and accomplish that goal. All right, look, the first two steps that we went over, they're great for passive growth. But if you want a 100% or 1000% return on investment in a single month, you have to invest in your own personal production. Okay. The third way to invest $100 is in upskilling or launching your own micro side hustle. And I tell you, 2026, there's never been a better time in the history of mankind to be able to do something like this. We live in an economy that rewards skill, efficiency, and entrepreneurship. Use that $100 to buy some premium software subscription for content creation. Register a domain name for a local service business or buy an industry recognized online certification course. So, with this third option, we're taking that $100 and we're enhancing your skill set so that you can offer more value to the market and eventually be able to reap the rewards from that. So if you spend $100 to learn a skill that allowed you to make an extra $200 a month freelance editing, consulting, or managing social media, you just secured a 100% return on your money in 30 days. The stock market cannot match that. True economic freedom starts with your own ability to produce value. And make no mistake about it, your own business is always going to be that category of asset that has the highest potential return on investment. All right, look, the bottom line is wealth is not built overnight. If there were a get rich quick scheme, we'd all be rich. But wealth is built on small, disciplined decisions. $100 invested wisely today sets the foundation for a lifetime of pro growth habits. So stop waiting for the perfect time to start. You can take action today, even with as little as $100. If you want more no nonsense financial strategies that favor less regulation, lower fees, and more freedom for your wallet, hit like with a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment as you see fit.